I'm your host, Elizabeth Vanderbilt, a holistic doula and a women's health coach, and the founder of Fruitful Doula Services. This space is for every woman who is walking the path of deeper healing through fertility, carrying life, stepping into motherhood, or easing into the wisdom of menopause. Here we honor the full spectrum of womanhood through story, nourishment, and sacred conversation. So let's settle in, take a deep breath, and begin. Today, I want to talk to you about your reasons that you need to have a fertility doula. First off, I want you to know that if you've ever tried to get pregnant, when anything other than good old-fashioned sex is involved, you know that it can be very confusing and taxing. And I'm sure you know it because you're listening to this, you're probably struggling with infertility, or maybe you know someone who does, or who is struggling through infertility. So honestly, I really want to talk to you about why a fertility doula is so needed, especially with the rising rates of infertilities. First off, I decided to fill a gap for others in the same position that most women are going through that I've talked to. I've had a lot of people talk to me, and that's when I had taken my fertility doula training alongside birth and postpartum when I was just starting out, but I've continued to grow it so much more. So a postpartum doula, my apologies. A fertility doula is much like a postpartum or birth doula, and we still have those same three pillars. We focus on the physical support, the emotional, and the informational support so that you can benefit from it. Personally, a fertility doula is your kind of go-to guide for those who are looking to get pregnant or are contemplating the various ways to conceive. Not only do I act as a sounding board, I'm a confidant, I'm a patient advocate, and I'm also your research partner. Sometimes I'm that emotional rock, and most times a spiritual guide. Again, I focus on the whole body approach. So mine is even goes beyond maybe some what other doulas do, is I really focus on the different layers that you have, especially with a more holistic type approach. So I really want to tell you about the 6 ways a fertility doula might serve you throughout your journey to parenthood. First off, I want to tell you that if you are interested in enhancing your fertility naturally, this is where a fertility doula can help you understand the options for the different fertility enhancements that would be out there, and maybe any type of low intervention methods of getting pregnant. Not only that, we can also help you understand the bigger picture by giving you an overview of the medical, the different alternative medicines that are out there, the non-medical options, and also the various um, Medicaid options like IUI, IVF, donor egg IVF, and just try to help you keep the terms straight. So really, we're just there to help you really understand. That would be number one that I would want to speak about. Number two is also about being an interpreter. Especially if you're going the more medical way, we can help you make sense of any type of medical advice you're needing, terminology from any doctors. And this just helps you ask the right questions so that you can make informed decisions in your life. With IVF, donor egg IVF cycle, there are so many decisions to be made. Actually, anytime that you seek and you're struggling this infertility struggle and you're seeking out a little bit more support from people, that is where you are going to have so many decisions. And of course, a doula cannot give you medical advice, but we help do the background research for you. We actually talk through your options and sometimes like to play devil's advocate. The main goal is so that you can get clear about what you want. This isn't a here, let me listen and not give anything back. So that would be number two, I would say. Number three would be acting as a coach. So since I am also a holistic women's health coach, I kind of have merged the two a little bit in one of my cohort programs that I have available, which we will be having a new cycle coming around in the new year. So if you're looking for that, please do reach out. I'm waitlisting for it. So again, as your coach, we can kind of help you look if you need to, say, get a sperm or an egg donor. We can kind of help you through the policies of the different governing banks. It's also important to know which questions to ask in terms of family limits, identity release, donors, and the types of genetic tests they perform. And this kind of gives you that information. So when you're looking for that, sometimes it could be a very stressful time for most couples or women who are trying to find the exact thing that they are looking for. So in this case, it's very helpful to have a confidant with you who can help educate you regarding the various policies in when you choose the actual donor that you're looking for. So that would be number four or number three. Obviously, it's a mental breakdown type of day. It's not working any of my numbers. Number four would be about being a sounding board. So, as I mentioned before, we really are there to help give you all the different information that is there in terms of unconventional. And if you're not watching the video, I did air quotes there. And if you could hear by my tone, so that kind of gives you a little bit of support if you're going for more the adoption way, co-parenting, single mother by choice. And we just help when you need to ask pointed questions and to help provide you resources. So, what I love to do with any type of my one-on-one clients, and this is something I specialize inside the cohort, is I actually offer a special game plan session. So, I like to go out through all the different options, what things you've thought of, what things I've thought of. And since I look at that more holistic and whole body approach, I take means that are maybe a little more unconventional and I give you some different food for thoughts. And then if you haven't thought of things or you'd like to look back at it, I try to get you to come back to me with what things you were thinking. And we create a form of a game plan together. So, okay, these first 3 to 6 months, we would really like to try X, Y, Z. And then if that's not really working, in the next 6 months, we would like to try A, B, and C. And we just kind of work with that system a little bit. So that's something special that I do in terms of strategical brainstorming. So that's number four. So another thing that I would like to talk about is being your emotional safety net. So as a fertility doula, I can help you manage the anxiety and the intense emotion that comes with having infertility struggles. And so I like to teach you different mind and body techniques, meditations, any type of exercises that really get you going. We help you understand the ups and the downs that can be there with infertility to kind of help you untangle emotions, any types of beliefs or assumptions that you carry about certain treatments, and then you can decide what's right for you, while having someone that's not judging you, that's with you out throughout the whole process. And if this is a couple going through infertility, I always like to say it's beneficial to have support being seen for both sides. So I am a team advocate as well. And kind of playing into advocate, number six is I could be a patient advocate. So sometimes you kind of need a squeaky wheel who's going to demand answers, or in some cases, advocate for you. So, with a fertility doula, we can help you decide when you need to be more assertive and encourage you to speak up when necessary, to believe in yourself that you have a voice and your opinion matters, especially that your opinion matters because it's your body. So, we can be there to be your best source for go-to of information and then help you throughout the whole field of if you go through doctors, embryologists, or a patient coordinator, just so that you don't get lost in the haze of swirling information. And honestly, this is just such a struggling time for most people with infertility. And the answer is always that they have to figure it out all on themselves. But just much like postpartum, just much like birth, you need someone there who has been doing the research for years, who has been actively looking into this space and how to support them better. So if you are looking on how to support yourself better with a fertility doula by your side, then it's time that you reach out to me because you don't have to do this alone. Thank you so much for watching or listening. Make sure you stay tuned for the next episode, which will be coming next Monday.